Cek 1 2 3. Cek 1 2 3 cek 1. Cek 1 2 3 cek 1. Cek 1 cek cek 1 cek 1 cek 1 cek 1 cek 1 2 3 cek 1 2. Welcome to the third International Conference of Economics. Iya, ada buku masker. Makanya Business and Entrepreneurship.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to tes 1 2 3. Cek 1 2 3. Bassnya tambah bang, efeknya kurang. Cek 1 2 3. Cek 1 2. Gitu. Efeknya kurangin, bassnya tambah. Cek 1 2 3. Cek 1 2 3. Tes 1 2 3. Cek 1 2 3. Tes. Oh, aneh lagi suara. Tes 1 2 3. Tes 1 2 3. Tes. Udah lah, pakai yang lama aja bang. Cek 1 2 3.
Cek 1 2 3. Welcome to the third International Conference of ICEBE 2020. Tes 1 2 3. Singing National Anthem. Singing National Anthem Indonesia Raya. Welcome to the third International Conference of Economics and Business Entrepreneurship ICEBE 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, masih agak apa ya bang? Ada Faculty of Economics and Business Universitas Lampung in the third ICEBE.
Iya oke bang, sekarang sih.
Cek 1 2 3. Cek 1 2 3. Tes. Cek 1 2 3. Tes 1 2 3.
tes 1 2 3. Gainnya kurang dikit bang. Gainnya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Welcome to the third International Conference of Economics, Business and Entrepreneurship ICEBE 2020. Today, October 1st, 2020.
C 1 2 3. Cek. 1 2 1 2. Cek. 1. Keluar kok. Keluar. Cek. 2. 1 2 cek. 1 2 cek. 1 2 cek. Cek 1 2. 1 2 cek 1 2. Kurang jauh lagi. Cek.
Cek 1 2 3.
Coba lagi.
Keren. Coba ngomongin.
1 2 3. Cek 1 2 3. Cek.
Lagi, Bang.
Yep. Satu. Jelas nggak?
Agak kecil logo terima di sini.
1. Cek. Jelek.
Ngintip. Terus
1 1 cek. Cek 1 1.
coba sudah ngomong bentarnya.
Hah?
Jaya, suara Jaya.
Jai. 1 1 1 1. 1 2 cek. Cek 1 2. 1 2 cek.
Yang di luar gimana suaranya?
1 2 cek.
Terimanya jelas nggak?
Yang di luar.
Yang dari luar gimana, jelas nggak?
Jelas sih.
Jelas ya.
Ulang lagi.
Jelas ya, Bang?
Jelas jelas.
Cek 1 2 3 dicoba. Cek 1 2 3. Cek 1 2 3. Cek 1.
For more than 55 years, the Faculty of Economics and Business has produced 17,895 graduates who are outstanding in their fields of work, such as entrepreneurship, banking, government sector, and many more.
Saya adalah kawan Kepala Perwakilan Bank Indonesia di Beijing, Tiongkok. Saya bangga sebagai alumni Fakultas Ekonomi Universitas Lampung.
The graduates are also primed to be competitive in entering the world of work.
Hai, saya Kevin Juan, mahasiswa Departemen Akuntansi, Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Lampung. Saya bisa menjadi bagian dari Bursa Efek Indonesia sebelum saya wisuda.
Big data, Internet of Things, cloud computing, artificial intelligence. Welcome to the Industry 4.0. Welcome to Universitas Multimedia Nusantara.
Things are changing faster. The industries are in need of
Cek 1.
Udah gede lah itu.
Dapat. Udah. Udah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third International Conference of Economics and Business Entrepreneurship, Faculty of Economics and Business Faculty. Kami ucapkan selamat pagi dan selamat datang kepada para hadirin dan tamu undangan dalam rangkaian acara The Third International Conference of Economics and Business Entrepreneurship 2020. And we are going to start this agenda around 15 minutes later. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this conference is conducted in compliance with the COVID-19 health protocol.
And we remain to all participants here to please keep using mask or face shield and do the physical distancing during the event.
And in this conference is conducted in compliance with the COVID-19 health protocol. And we remain to all the participants here, please keep using masks or face shield and do the physical distancing during the event.
Okay, once again, welcome to the third ICEBE 2020, the third International Conference of Economics, Business, and Entrepreneur 2020.
Once again, welcome to the third ICEBE, the National Conference of Economics, Business, and Entrepreneurs.
Welcome to the third International Conference.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Cek 1, 2, 3.
well, ladies and gentlemen,
Selamat pagi Pak Nino.
Selamat pagi Pak.
Ya, kita sudah siap untuk.
Ya, kita sudah siap semua.
Selamat pagi Pak Nino.
Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi Prof. Mul. Terima kasih sudah bergabung.
Dr. Sari, apa kabar? Wah, keren ya.
Ya.
Bapak Rektor Unila sudah bergabung?
Mereka itu Prof. Pak Dino, mereka langsung di hotel kayaknya. Jadinya ininya langsung. Mereka tidak virtual. Ya, mereka tidak virtual, iya.
Mereka on-site, Pak, nggak usah online.
Iya.
Iya.
Oh lah, jadi gimana ininya? Nanti kan beliau kan menyampaikan sambutan.
Oh ya, nanti beliau langsung dari ininya Pak, dari onsite sih mereka. Mereka yang dari Unila semua sudah tinggal di stay di hotel dari tadi malam katanya.
Oh, seru ya.
Iya. UMN aja yang kita pakai ini.
Iya, karena kita PSBB ini ya.
Iya, iya.
Pagi Pak Nino, Prof Mo.
Selamat pagi Pak.
Pak Niki.
Selamat pagi Pak Niki.
Selamat pagi Pak Niki.
Selamat pagi Bapak Ibu.
Ya ini di-share di YouTube juga Pak.
Streaming atau?
Iya, live streaming Pak Nino.
Banyak yang ikut 100 ya, Dokter Sari ya. 100 orang ya. Banyak
yang submit paper 110 sih Bu, kurang lebih 110. Tapi yang registrasi kalau nggak salah 80 ya Pak Priyo ya?
Iya Bu.
80. Banyak ya. Iya.
Banyak. Dari luar juga banyak.
Iya, 5 negara katanya.
Iya. Jadi bisa sudah bisa dikategorikan international conference kan syaratnya mesti 5 negara.
5 ya. Oh.
Iya. Itu kalau ada hibah dikti bisa diajukan itu bantuan konferensi internasional untuk tahun depan.
Iya.
Kita tunggu dari sananya belum siap tuh.
Ini yang Unila ya. Enggak apa-apa, kita sudah di sini.
Pak Priyo, Prof Naomi udah di waiting room, minta tolong di accept.
Lima negara itu jadi mana saja, Bu?
Mungkin Indonesia,
Filipina, Malaysia, kemudian Vietnam, lalu kemudian India, sama satu lagi kalau nggak salah Emirat, UEA atau apa? Emirat kali ya?
Iya.
Ya, ini Emirat Arab.
Ya, dari India kalau nggak salah ada 3 atau berapa itu. Banyak juga dari India.
Tapi juga berarti ya online juga ya di sana ya?
Iya, online. Kita sudah sampaikan bahwa konferensinya Indonesian time gitu. Atau mereka
berarti masih pagi. Bedanya kan kalau nggak salah 3 jam ya, 3,5 jam.
Ya siang, ya masih pagi, 3 jam different.
Masih baru subuh.
Ya.
Good morning, Prof. Naomi. Good morning, Prof. Naomi. Do you hear my voice?
Itu.
You still unmute. You still mute.
Masih kosong kelihatannya di sana, di hotel.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start this conference today in a minute. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, everyone. Tabi pun. Your Excellency, the Rector of University of Lampung, who is represented by the Vice Rector of Planning, Cooperation, Information and Communication Technology, Professor Suharto, PhD. Vice Rector of Academics Affairs, Professor Dr. Heriandi, MS, and all the leaders of University of Lampung.
Your Excellency, Dr. Dino Leksono, MA, Director of Universitas Multimedia Nusantara.
Your Excellency, Dr. Nairobi, SAMSE, as the Dean of Faculty of Economics and Business, University of Lampung, Vice Dean, Head of Departments, Head of Program Study. Your Excellency, our speakers today, Professor Numi Basko Silva, PhD.
Your Excellency, Dr. Rindu Rika Gamayuni, SAMSE, as Conference Chair, the third ICEBE 2020, and to all Universitas Lampung member, Universitas Multimedia Nusantara member, distinguished participant, attendees, and invitation.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. First of all, let's say thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, that because of His blessing and mercy, so we can gather today without any obstacles. Praise and salutation upon our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the one who already brought us from the darkness to the lightness era.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jaya Tamrin.
And I'm Suri Widya Kesuma.
On behalf of ICEBE Organizing Committee, It's our pleasure to welcome you this morning, Thursday, October 1st, 2020, in the
The
third
third
International
International
Conference
Conference
of
of
Economics,
Economics,
Business,
Business,
and
and
Entrepreneurship
Entrepreneurship,
with theme Innovation
Innovation
and
and
Sustainability
Sustainability
in
in Digital
Digital
Age.
Age.
Well, this conference is held in collaboration with Faculty of Economics and Business, University of Lampung, and Master of Technology Management, Universitas Multimedia Nusantara, and also in commemoration to 55th anniversary of Faculty of Economics and Business, University of Lampung. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this conference is conducted in compliance with the COVID-19 health protocol. And again, we remain to all the participants here, please keep using mask or face shield and do the physical distancing during the event. Thank you.
Well, the honorable audience, the next agenda is singing national anthem Indonesia Raya. Audience, please stand.
To get barakah from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for this event, the next agenda is praying that will be led by a lecturer of Faculty of Economics and Business, University of Lampung. To Mr. Pigo Nauli, SA, MSc, you are pleased.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we do all activities today, it's kindly praying to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So we hope Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala give us His merciful and His love. We are going to start with reading Suratul Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. hamdan syakirin, hamdan na'imin, hamdan ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yang bagi li dalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin abadika wa nabiyika rusulikan nabiyil ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallimu taslima. Adada ma hatta bihi ilmuk wa khatta bihi kalamuk wa ahsahu kitabuk. Waradallahumma an sadatina Abi Bakr, Umar, Uthman wa Ali, anis sahabati ajma'in wa anit tabi'in wa tabi'ihim ila ihsan al-muddin. Allahumma ya Allah, Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma. Allahumma ya Allah, Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma. Allahumma inna na'udhu bika minal kufri wa faqr wa a'udhu bika min adzabil qabri la ilaha illa anta. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta. Khalaqtani wa ana abduka wa ana ala ahdika wa wa'dika mastata'tu. A'udzu bika min syarri ma sana'tu. Abu'u laka bi ni'matika alayya wa abu'u bi dzambin faghfirli ya Allah. Ya Allah ya Rabbal alamin. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din wa afiyatan fil jasad wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fil rizqi wa taubatan qablal maut wa maghfiratan ba'dal maut. Allahumma hawwin alaina fi sakaratil maut. Allahumma hawwin alaina fi sakaratil maut. Allahumma hawwin alaina fi sakaratil maut wa najatan minan nar wa alfa indal hisab. Allahumma inna na'udzu bika minal hammi wal hazan wa a'udzu bika minal azazi wal kasal wa a'udzu bika minal jubni wal bukhal wa a'udzu bika minal ghalabati dain wa qahrir rijal. Allahumma ya Allah, Rabbana hab lana min azwajina wa dzurriyyatina qurrata a'yuni waj'alna lil muttaqina imama. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar wa qina adzaban nar wa qina adzaban nar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we present you a video profile of Faculty of Economics and Business, the University of Lampung. Have a good time.
The Faculty of Economics and Business is a part of the University of Lampung, founded in 1965. For more than 55 years, the Faculty of Economics and Business has produced 17,895 graduates who are outstanding in their fields of work, such as entrepreneurship, banking, government sector, and many more.
Saya adalah kawan kepala perwakilan Bank Indonesia di Beijing, Tiongkok. Saya bangga sebagai alumni Fakultas Ekonomi Universitas Lampung.
The graduates are also primed to be competitive in the world of work.
Hai, saya bangga menjadi alumni Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Lampung.
The graduates are not only notable, but also contributive to nation development.
Saya bangga menjadi alumni FEB Unila. FEB Unila maju terus dan sukses selalu.
Visi Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Lampung adalah menjadi Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis 10 terbaik di Indonesia di tahun 2025. Untuk mencapai visi tersebut, kami menjalankan 4 misi. Menyelenggarakan tridharma perguruan tinggi yang berkualitas dan relevan, menjalankan tata pamong organisasi Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis penilaian baik, menjamin aksesibilitas dan ekuitas pendidikan tinggi, menjalin kerjasama dengan berbagai pihak di dalam dan di luar negeri.
The Faculty of Economics and Business, University of Lampung, also has 11 program study, including
Doctoral Program of Economic Study, Master of Management, Master of Economics, Master of Accounting, Department of Economics Development, Department of Management, Department of Accounting, Diploma of Accounting, Diploma of Taxation, Diploma of Marketing Management, Diploma of Banking and Finance.
Selamat datang di Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Lampung. Mengacu kepada pendekatan outcome-based education dan juga beberapa akreditasi yang telah diraih oleh program studi di Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis, yang baik yang berasal dari Badan Akreditasi Nasional (BAN-PT), di mana 10 dari 11 prodi FEB telah meraih akreditasi A, dan juga seluruh prodi di Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis juga telah meraih akreditasi internasional dari ABES 21, serta sertifikat ISO 9001, maka bagian akademik dan kerjasama Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis berkomitmen untuk menghasilkan sistem pendidikan yang bermutu. Dengan bergabung di Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis, maka mahasiswa akan dibekali pengetahuan, skill, dan juga attitude yang memadai untuk menjadi lulusan yang profesional.
Fungsi dan tugas saya adalah melakukan perencanaan, pengelolaan, dan pelaporan anggaran Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis. Fasilitas dan sarana fisik serta sarana non-fisik itu juga terkait dengan fungsi dan tugas saya. Ada beberapa kegiatan yang kita lakukan, antara lain peningkatan kompetensi para tenaga pendidik, capacity building. Kita juga melakukan percepatan program professorship untuk para dosen yang sudah siap menjadi profesor.
Bidang kemahasiswaan adalah suatu kegiatan yang bersifat ekstrakurikuler untuk melengkapi kegiatan intrakurikuler, yaitu kegiatan yang dilaksanakan di dalam maupun di luar kampus tanpa memberikan bobot SKS. Di bidang alumni, sejak didirikannya Fakultas Ekonomi tahun 1965 hingga saat ini telah memiliki alumni sekitar 18.000 lulusan. Kita telah memiliki organisasi alumni dengan nama KAFE, yaitu Keluarga Alumni Fakultas Ekonomi.
Supported by professional lecturers graduating from notable Indonesian and foreign universities, as well as supported by staffs that are ready to provide excellent services, the Faculty of Economics and Business has attracted students not only from Lampung, but also from various provinces in Indonesia. The Faculty of Economics and Business also successfully collaborates with other universities in various countries and create alumni who are able to compete nationally and globally.
Halo semua, nama saya Dimas, mahasiswa berprestasi Universitas Lampung periode 2020. dapat banyak sekali pengalaman dari dosen yang berqualified dan kurikulum yang berkualitas pula. Tidak hanya akreditasi internasional, tapi Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis memiliki pembelajaran yang sangat qualified. Sebagai contoh, memiliki kualitas dosen yang sangat mengayomi dan berakreditasi internasional. Oleh karena itu, berbagai pengalaman tadi yang berkualitas mengantarkan saya menjadi mahasiswa berprestasi Universitas Lampung periode 2020. FEB Jaya!
Therefore, the Faculty of Economics and Business, the University of Lampung, are tirelessly developing and fully supporting teaching and learning activities in creating innovative young generation for the nation.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please give applause. Thank you. And the next video is a profile video of Universitas Multimedia Nusantara. Please enjoy watching.
Big data, Internet of Things, cloud computing, artificial intelligence. Welcome to the Industry 4.0. Welcome to Universitas Multimedia Nusantara.
Things are changing faster. The industries are in need of new skills, talents, and ideas. And this revolution starts from here, education. Universitas Multimedia Nusantara is always ready to face the industry dynamics for the years ahead. Not only technical knowledge, we trust the power of critical thinking, innovations, and competency for students to thrive in the Industry 4.0.
At Universitas Multimedia Nusantara, new talents are nurtured. Experiences are created through ICT-based learning. Our undergraduate programs are divided into 4 faculties: Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology, Faculty of Business, Faculty of Communication Science, Faculty of Art and Design. We also expand our reach to diploma and postgraduate programs, Department of Hotel Operations, Master in Management of Technology.
We focus on the collaboration learning to build the student character, competency, and technopreneurship. To achieve this campus has provided the facilities where students and lecturers can come in extensive discussion. We pride ourselves as a melting pot. Students actively propose and participate in the great number of various extracurriculars.
Our students come from various regions in India and thoughts. Each one built dynamic social environment that define Universitas.
Studying here has taught me the essence of social friendship and how welcoming everyone can be. I personally was able to experience and explore characters of people as I made a long new friends.
A learning environment should be flexible and open. Along with the purpose of energy, efficiency, and conservation, the campus implements green concept. We've been expanding the library and at the same time extending our outdoor spaces. on our campus, we make sure that every space is a learning space.
The aesthetic architectural greenery of the landscape helps students find inner peace so that they can study, where students can individually do their work or in groups.
We also have SkyStar Ventures, the only private university business incubator that achieves A accreditation from the Ministry of Research, Technology, and Higher Education.
I believe Multimedia Nusantara has already maximized all the multimedia, all the technology. They taught in classes, they taught in organizations to just explore ourselves more. And I think it is already very good enough for the students, for the alumni to really prepare themselves for the Industry 4.0 itself.
And when it has finally come to take a great leap, our students are ready to take their collaboration further, deeper, to jump in the Industry 4.0 and make greater opportunities through our internship program. Begins with excellent education.
Well, please give applause for the video of Universitas Multimedia Nusantara.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, come to the speeches. The first speech will be delivered by the Dean of Economics and Business Faculty, the University of Lampung, Dr. Nairobi SMSE is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Tabipun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, greeting of the province of Lampung. It means that please let me speak. And that means answer this Sarso PhD, the Honorable Rector of Multimedia Nusantara University, Dr. Nino Laksono ME, the Honorable Professor Naomi Basco Silva PhD, Professor and Project Director of Department of Education, Department of Science and Notre Dame of University, Republic of Philippines. Of the Faculty Economic and Business University of Lampung, all of Head of Program University of Lampung, and all of participants. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our pleasure to welcome to International Conference of Economic, Business and Entrepreneurship, the third ICEBE, with the theme Innovation and Sustainability in the Digital Age. This conference is successfully held by the collaboration of the Faculty of Economic and Business University of Lampung and Master of Technology Management Multimedia Nusantara University. Thank you for collaboration and hopefully we can maintain this collaboration in the future. This conference is held virtually because currently the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic is still occurring in the world, including in Indonesia. To extend my warm greeting to all participants who are connected online through Zoom meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, the rapid economic development is needed by us
to improve pupil welfare. But currently we are hampered by the emergence of the COVID-19 outbreak, which has an impact on decreasing economic activity. Creativity and innovation are needed to reduce the impact of this pandemic. This conference will help us think creatively to find the best solution so that economic development can run normally again. Another objective of this conference is to provide opportunities for participants to exchange new ideas, knowledge, and experience of innovation in management, accounting, and economics. Through the public presentation and a series of meetings, this conference provides the promotion of dynamic economics, managing the information, communication, and technology, and developing social science to build the research network and to find the national and international partner for the future alliance. The second conference on economic business and entrepreneurship was held last year on the 1st November 2019 with the theme Future Opportunities and Business Challenges in the Digital Age. Second ICEBE was successfully carried out in a collaboration with the Research Synergy Foundation and the Faculty of Economic and Business University of Lampung. The conference was attended by lecturers, students, and professionals from various countries such as Indonesia, Australia, Malaysia, Macedonia, and India. Therefore, we hope this conference will bring the same success as the last years. I would like to congratulate all the speakers, organizers, participants from Indonesia, United Arab Emirates, India, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Philippines, and others on making this conference successful. I would like to end my speech. Let's have a good and productive discussion in this digital conference. I hope that all articles present can be published in international quality journal. Finally, I hope that Director the University of Lampung can deliver a speech and initiate this conference. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Give applause to the Dean of Faculty of Economics and Business, the University of Lampung, and to Dr. Nairobi. But please stay in front because after this we are going to give a souvenir that will be given by the head of committee, the ICEBE 2020, Dr. Rindu Rikagamayuni. Please come in front. Thank you to Dr. Nairobi as the Dean of FEB Undila and also to Dr. Rindu Rikagamayuni. You may have a seat.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next speech will be delivered by the Rector of Universitas Multimedia Nusantara, to Dr. Nino Leksono, MA. Time is yours.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, the Honorable Professor Dr. Karomani, Rector of UNILA, as well as the Dean of Economic Faculty of UNILA, the organizing committee, distinguished speakers, and all participants. Colleagues of UMN. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and warmest greetings to every one of you. We have all seen the profile of University of Lampung, and to me it was very impressive. In UMN, we have a tradition to make what is called comparative visits to make friends, because we assume that one enemy is too many and 1,000 friends is not enough. So we'd like to make friends, and obviously University of Lampung is one of our destinations that we will make as soon as the pandemic is over. And now let me share with you some points about the topic of the seminars. It is indeed a pleasure to be with you, convening in this very important conference that we have to hold via online instead of face-to-face. I hope this virtual gathering will not reduce the enthusiasm to participate in the following discussions. This third ICEBE conference is being held not in the old normal situations as we used to know, but rather a new normal environment that we are still struggling to adapt. When we talk about economy and business, what we feel today is a deep sadness. While in the old normal, we have always been enthusiastic to talk about the subject, now we see much devastation in both economy and businesses. Yet, we still have the third element, and that is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship should become our strength, for inherently, the true meaning of entrepreneurship is the ability to pioneer a business and to make it strong, to open visibility for new business and resilience to respond to the challenges. I trust you to share this view to our students and anyone who wish to adapt to the new normal situation as we are in now. Next, allow me to talk about innovation. The term has been known since Schumpeter trumpeted the concept in the second half of 1930s. In Indonesia, based on my service as a member of the National Research Council in the first decade of year 2000s, I heard about innovations in many research and development agencies, particularly in governmental institutions. My involvement with innovation got deeper when I was a member of KIN, or National Innovation Committee, established in 2011 by former President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. All the ideas of innovation were based on the concept of building a knowledge-based economy by a knowledge-based society. This concept is a departure from the old one, which is resource-based economy. The old concept involved coal mining, land clearing, and deforestation. That has led to unsustainable development. Further impact can be seen in the declining quality of the environment. Innovation, on the other hand, promotes sustainability because it is based on creativity, the fruit of the work of minds. However, it has its own challenge. Scientifically, the process of innovation or to commercialize an invention in many ways is not always easy. It has to meet the need, the potential buyers or users. I trust you that as people who promote entrepreneurship or even an entrepreneur yourself, you won't easily surrender to handicaps. We remember well the spirit that has been adopted by Dr. Jack Madsen. Innovate or die. Innovate or die. How a lack of innovation can cause business failure is the title of an article written by Forbes magazine contributor Bianca Miller-Cole. In it, she noted the demise of many large brands. She firmly believes that if many of those businesses had understood or considered the importance of innovations or bringing new blood into business or board, they would still be here today. We remember big names such like Nokia, such like BlackBerry, and etc., or Sony perhaps. Furthermore, she reminds that we cannot stay or cling into past successes because it will lead us to complacency, while others are running ahead because they innovate. So we need to brave to innovate. Through the process, we have to disrupt our business models. New technologies such like ones that come along with the arrival of the fourth industrial revolutions, such like artificial intelligence, big data, or Internet of Things, to mention some, dictate us to reorient our way of doing business. I believe that most of you have familiarized yourself with that kind of issue. While generally speaking, innovation has its own selling, there are also problems in the society. There are still opinions that if we can buy, why should we make things ourselves? It seems that such a mental habit is a real block to the presence of innovations. Some people like doing brokery or happy just to be resellers. In my view, for a big country with around 270 million populations, running the economy without innovation would limit its growth. Economy without innovation doesn't have a strong and solid basis for a healthy exponential growth. The test is in front of us. During the corona pandemics, we heard about innovation, mostly in medical equipment. We will wait to hear how many innovations that will be produced in substantial amount to support our health system. Obviously, the good thing that we'd like to see is something great like China that succeeded to adopt innovation in its truest meaning and purpose, which is to spur growth and expand its economy. I hope this conference turns out to be the right forum to discuss the issues of innovation which is relevant to Indonesia, and we can learn best practices from other countries as partners are coming here from Malaysia, from the Philippines, from other countries. We heard a lot about innovation theories. Now it's time to practice it and make it our way of life, especially in doing the economy. Be assured that commitment to innovation will lead us to growth and sustainability. Thank you and enjoy the conference. Warmest greetings from Jakarta. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Well, give applause to Dr. Nino. Thank you for the speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a remark to officially open the event by the Rector of Universitas Lampung that will be represented by the Vice Rector of Planning, Cooperation, and ICT, the Professor Suharso, PhD. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the name of the God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Tabi'un and good morning for everybody. Distinguished speaker, Professor Naomi Basco Silva, as Professor and Director, Department of Education, Department of Science and Technology, Republic of Philippines. Dr. Nino Leksono, MA, Facultas Multimedia Nusantara, and senior journalist at newspaper Kompas. The Dean in University Lampung, especially my colleagues, Dr. Nairobi, as the Dean of Faculty of Economic and Business, University of Lampung, Chairman of Research and Community Service, Dr. Lusmelia Aprian, Vice the Deans in University of Lampung, Dr. Heri Satria, Dr. Muslim Ansori, Dr. Ronius, and Dr. Master Helmi, Head of Department in University of Lampung, and participant, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me send all our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because of His mercy and blessing. So we can gather in this event, the third international conference of economics, business, and entrepreneurship 2020 with the theme innovation and sustainability in digital age. This year, due to the pandemic COVID-19, we are hereby to announce that this conference is held virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, nowadays, the rapid ICT development across the nation enforced the organization to adopt its business strategies. Many organizations started to make digital information and their business, digital technology were used to create a new or modify existing business process, culture, and customer service. Digital transformation transcends traditional activity, includes sales, finance, accounting, marketing, and customer service. Digital transformation had a significant influence in managing the business and how we engage with the customer using digital technology. It is expected to increase the organization business performance. In addition, we are currently facing the COVID-19 pandemic, which has presented many challenges in the world of education. One of which is the change from face-to-face learning to online-based learning. However, the presence of COVID-19 should not be used as a barrier to continuing to work. For example, this conference could be carried out because of the nation, because of our innovation. We are doing online. Not only in the world of education, the business world nowadays started to develop itself through digital business. Therefore, the Faculty of Economics and Business, PEP University of Lampung, in collaboration with the Magister Management Technology Universitas Multimedia Nusantara, conduct this international conference with the theme Innovation and Sustainability in the Digital Age. In accordance with the theme, we welcome studies in field of economic, business, and branch of management. The aim of this conference is to gather leading academician, policymaker, independent scholar, and researcher to share their knowledge, new ideas, and as well as to discuss future development in all the files. Furthermore, the specific purpose of this event is to provide space for academics to publish their research, whether conceptually, empirically, or theoretical proven, including generation case studies in literature survey. University of Lampung is one of the best universities in Indonesia, is committed to continuously realizing the quality of Tridharma perguruan tinggi, or we can call three pillars of the university. One way is to increase the productivity and quality of research, because as we know, research is one of the mandat Tridharma perguruan tinggi in technology and arts. Besides having to excel in education and teaching, according to UNILA visions, research at UNILA is also used as a driving force to rise the quality and the credibility of University of Lampung. Therefore, the University of Lampung is very supportive of this event, because this event has shown that UNILA is very serious and about implementing continuously quality improvement of research. Currently, the University of Lampung should be proud because it has been announced by Ministry of Education, Mas Menteri Nadiem Anwar Makarim, or Kemendikbud, that UNILA has risen ranks from 46 to 29. But it is not enough. That there are still many things to be needed, to be improved, so that the vision becoming top 10 universities in Indonesia in 2025 can be achieved. Supporting one of them is by improving the quality of education through scientific publication. This international conference can be one of the ways to increase the scientific publication for the UNILA academic community. So it is great that this annual event is carried out again with the hope about so that our dream can be all be achieved. Even though there are many challenges, last but not least, I would like to thank all distinguished speakers, committee, and all the participants from Indonesia and beyond for making this conference really happen. I would like to conclude my welcoming speech, encouraging the participants to actively involve in this conference by discussion and presentation through digital platform of these following days. I wish everyone successful, safe, and fruitful conference. Thank you so much for your well attention and enthusiasm. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Thank you to Professor Suarso for the speech, but could you please stay in front? Because after this, we are going to give a souvenir that will be given by the Dean of FEB UNILA. To Dr. Nairobi, please come in front. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after this, we have photo session. And also we invite for the Dean of Faculty of MIPA and all Vice Dean. We also invite to the Chairman of LPPM UNILA. And we invite the Vice Dean of Student and Alumni Affairs of Faculty Technique and all Vice Dean of FEB UNILA and the Chairman of the third ICEBE, Dr. Rindori Kagamayuni. to have photo session. We say thank you, and for the honorable ladies and gentlemen, please return to this place.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after this, we will symbolically give the souvenirs to Rector of Universitas Multimedia Nusantara that will be given by the Deputy Head of Technology Management Department, Universitas Multimedia Nusantara. To Dr. Priyo Utomo, ST, MPC, you are pleased.
Thank you, Pak Nino.
Well, thank you. We are going to the next agenda. Well, could you please give the souvenirs again, sir? Because the picture is already seen right now.
Okay, please give
Please
applause.
give applause. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, come to the next agenda. Now we are going to have keynote speech and Q&A session. This agenda will be moderated by a lecturer of Faculty of Economics and Business, University of Lampung. Well, without further ado, let's greet our moderator today. Please welcome Mr. Muji Rahmat Ramalan, SA MBA. We say thank you for all the leaders of the University of Lampung for third International Conference of Economics and Business Entrepreneurship 2020.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, still on the third International Conference of Economics, Business, and Entrepreneur to be today.
Well, here
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Would like to apologize because the schedule being given by the committee is 9:30. So, yeah. Uh, so we'll start with, can I have a screen in here so I can see the viewer from the, because I cannot see the screen right now. Anybody can provide the screen, or should I move to another seat? Okay, thank you. Dr. Naomi, hello, how are you? Magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga din. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you. Kamusta po kayo?
Mabuti naman. I'm good. Thank you. Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear my voice?
Thank you. Yes, very clearly. I hope the internet will hold.
So I hope that we are have a good connection today. So ladies and gentlemen, so it's nice to be with you again in the third ICEBE conference. So I would like to introduce Dr. Naomi Basco Silva from Notre Dame of Marble University. Let me read down some of the profile of Dr. Naomi Besilva. So Dr. Naomi Besilva has more than 40 years of teaching and administrative experience, chemistry and professional education subject in the undergrad school and graduate level as the university professor, student practicum, supervisor, school administrator, and manage various special program. So, Dr. Naomi Basco Silva is graduate from the Liceo University in Manila, major in chemistry, with a Doctor of Philosophy in Science Education. And she also have several postgraduate fellowship in Australian Leadership Award, Hubbard H. Humphrey Fellowship, and JICA Fellowship. So I need to remind you that we have 1 hour difference with Manila. So right now, currently we have 9 past 8 in Jakarta time. In Manila, it's supposed to be 10 past 8. So we have 1 hour difference. So without any delay furthermore, we will start Dr. Naomi presentation for around 20 minutes. Then we have another 10 minutes for this question and answer. So what do you say, Dr. Naomi? Should we start the presentation?
I'm ready. Yes.
Yes, the time is yours. Thank you very much.
Good morning to all the honored guests, participants, and organizers of the third ICEBE 2020. I am really very happy to join this virtual conference live from Notre Dame of Marble University, Coronadal City, South Cotabato, Philippines. It is an honor to speak before you on a relevant topic on innovation and sustainability in the digital age. But before that, I'd like to thank Dr. Florentina Cornasari, the chairperson of this conference, for inviting me. And also, congratulations to Universitas Multimedia Nusantara and Universitas Lampong for this collaborative endeavor. Wishing you success for more endeavors in the future. I would like to outline my presentation by beginning with the present context that we are in. And then I'd like to highlight what is happening in the digital age. And then I would like to discuss innovation and sustainability and wind down with sustainability strategies in the digital age. Ladies and gentlemen, humankind is at the middle of a perfect storm, an unusual combination of circumstances that drastically aggravate our present situation. We have to face the challenges brought about by COVID-19 pandemic, globalization, demography, a distressed environment, and Industry 4.0. To borrow the words of novelist Charles Dickens in his novel A Tale of Two Cities, we live in the best of times and we live in the worst of times. The current pandemic has actually wreaked havoc in all aspects of our life. It is very difficult to estimate long-term economic, behavioral, or societal effects since these aspects have not been fully studied in the past. What is clear is that the current pandemic has challenged our healthcare system to a breaking point and has led to dramatic changes in how businesses act and how customers behave. Demographic segmentation divides the market into smaller categories based on demographic factors such as income, age, geographic region, educational levels, and many more. For instance, as income increases, there is a greater demand for premium products that are more expensive, but of higher quality, of course. Age variables can also affect business. The millennials, for instance, are more interested in modern, new gadgets, while the baby boomers would more likely buy essential products that will last a long time. Companies who meet the demands and requirements in certain geographical region, for instance in Asia, can earn higher sales and profits. And if you look at the level of education, it can also the buying pattern of those who have higher level of education than those who have low level of education. Therefore, instead of reaching out to an entire market, for example, a brand or business uses this method to focus resources into a defined group within the market. On the other hand, globalization has opened economies nationally and internationally. And as a result, governments are espousing free market economy. And globalization has impacted us in positive ways, such as increased capital mobility, more efficient production at a lower price due to more competition, of course, and increased trade that lead to greater choices of goods. However, on the other hand, this also resulted to negative impacts, such as possible monopoly of multinationals, edging out local businesses. It can lead also to structural unemployment due to technological advances, and a greater opportunity for possible tax evasion. Today, we are also faced with environmental challenges that threatens the very existence of living species, including us. For instance, climate change has actually led to increase of temperature globally. And of course, we need to look into the drying up of many valuable water resources that we are afraid would lead to water shortage. I cannot underscore the value of water for all living things. And of course, the loss of biodiversity due to anthropogenic activities or human activities. We already mentioned about deforestation, mining activities, and the like. And the last but not the least would be waste management. Unless humankind take a collective and committed effort to, to save our distressed environment, the planet will no longer be safe for future generations. So the dream of well-being that is dreamed until now by a few is not sustainable for all. We have to learn how to live better, consuming fewer environmental resources, and regenerating the context of life. There is a need for me to review the past three industrial revolutions for us to understand the current situation that we are in. The first industrial revolution actually introduced us to mechanical equipment or machines that were driven primarily by water or steam engines. The second industrial revolution was brought to us with mass production and of course, the concept of division of labor. And the third industrial revolution was based on the use of electronics and information technology to automate production. And the fourth industrial revolution today uses smart technology, large-scale machine-to-machine communication, and the Internet of Things that are integrated for increased automation, improved communication, and self-monitoring without even the need of human intervention. This ushered the digital age that opened countless doors for innovation and creativity. We indeed live in the best of times and the worst times. Now, if as business leaders, we believe the convergence of circumstances, perfect storm, is real, significant, and relevant, what should be our response? Imperative to rethink our priorities and them by realizing it with passion, urgency, and determination. And one of the things that we look forward to is focusing on an essential priority in the field of business. And that is to create a climate, innovation, and sustainability in the digital age. Let's look at innovation and sustainability as change drivers. Well, we had more production, more profits. We had better products, better technology. Now it's time to be different. Okay? So what am I trying to talk to you about? Let me start by reviewing where we are now in terms of the age of rapid or exponential innovation. what is happening already today? We look at different technologies that are coming together and bringing different areas together. We have new products and services with increased efficiency. Of course, this makes our life better because we can work faster and even better. For instance, the way we buy goods and services. We order food, book a taxi, buy essential commodities all online. Learning has been greatly affected by Industry 4.0. We're looking now, together with the pandemic, of course, on flexible learning, and this would involve synchronous and asynchronous approaches. Many schools, including here in the Philippines, are opting for blended learning using different alternative modalities in delivering instruction. Many of them, of course, are done online. Even the way we transact our financial activities have already changed. We do online banking, we pay bills, buy tickets, book accommodation at the touch of our mobile phone. What a wonderful world if you really look at it in that particular aspect. Now, being developed or new in the market are, of course, as you can see here, robotics, for example, and this is still the product of the fourth industrial revolution that actually created a fusion of technology that is characterized by exponential growth, interconnectedness, increased human productivity, and even the blurring of lines between man and machine. We have started to use robots, as I already mentioned, in our production line. We are exploring our external environment through virtual reality, and we will soon be using 3D printing, digital currencies and blockchain, quantum computing, and even hopefully self-driving cars. So we intend to build and use smart machines that are capable of performing tasks that typically would require human intelligence. Now, digital transformation changes how companies manage their relationship with the wider world. However, concern is growing about how technology, through innovation, affect issues such as job, wages, inequality, resource efficiency, and even security and the environment. These changes are altering the world so drastically that all companies and businesses need to undergo a transformation to avoid going extinct. This transformation, ladies and gentlemen, means integrating digital innovation in all aspects of our life, but also at the same time, we must adopt sustainable measures by changing how we operate and deliver value to our customers. First of all, let me review about innovation. While this had been discussed earlier, I'd like to highlight a few things about this. Innovation is a process by which new ideas are successfully exploited to create economic, social, and environmental values. This is based on business innovation and skills way back in 2014. And innovation is considered as a facilitator of entrepreneurship and way empowering people charge of their lives and economic prosperity, according to Anand Rajendran. Okay. Now, put all together, or put it simply, innovation is change, whether they are big or small, that makes a positive difference. Now, what then is sustainability? I'd like to adapt the description by Professor Not Hanais, who said that sustainability is a business approach to creating long-term value by taking into consideration how a given organization operates in the ecological, social, and economic environment. Sustainability is built on the assumption that developing such strategies could eventually foster company longevity. Now, we have to understand that when we talk about sustainability, this is future-oriented. We would like to ensure that the next generation would still enjoy what we are enjoying today. Now, however, how do we look at digital innovation and sustainability? In the traditional manner, we commonly look at the two concepts as mutually exclusive. They are different. Why? Because before we thought that digital innovation is driven by sweeping technology change that more likely promises to transform global manufacturing, industrial processes, and labor. And it's about efficiencies in production and consumption. On the other hand, we look at sustainability as driven by combination of climate and environmental degradation and geopolitical instability, all of which would demand an approach that prioritizes resource conservation and environmental governance. Now, in modern times, when we look at this, we can consider digital innovation and environmental sustainability to be actually mutually reinforcing. Businesses increasingly recognize that it will be impossible to meet the world's growing demands for products and services purely through linear increase in production and consumption. On the other hand, people cannot address ecological and social challenges or problems of the day without fundamental business model innovation. Moreover, unsustainable practices are very evident nowadays and it can no longer be hidden. Therefore, the two concepts, digital innovation and sustainability, are complementary. They go hand in hand. Without environmental sustainability, it will be very difficult to have a full understanding of how energy is drawn from ICT can actually be harnessed to the fullest. And of course, without digital technology, it is difficult for companies as well to ease their pollution and even manage their waste. So digital innovation and sustainable practices together should be top strategic priority for any business and as a way of differentiating itself to gain long-term viability. According to David Freiberg, innovation is the only sustainable competitive advantage a company can have. So if we stay long to enjoy our success, more likely we will be run over by others in the race for innovation. Now, if people are to develop a safe digital technology, they must ensure it aligns with human values, promising applications of the technology that do not harm humans as well as other living species. There is a third element that we need to consider, and that is social impact value, which focuses on minimizing environmental damage and, of course, maximizing value from extracted resources, on how we build biodiversity, and include communities in all these activities. So companies nowadays should ensure that their technology strategies optimize the effect of sustainability outcomes, both to capture new business opportunities and also at the same time to manage risk. And here are some of the sustainability strategies in the digital age that I'd like to share with you. In reality, there are different sustainability frameworks that have been developed by modern day companies. However, I chose a simple framework which I adapted from SimCorp, a company involved in energy generation, in some cases, alternative or renewable sources of energy. It contains three essential components: enabling a low carbon and circular economy, which, by the way, had been adopted by G20, embedding responsible business practices, and the third, empowering people and communities. So let's take a look at them briefly one by one. The first one is enabling a low carbon circular economy. Circular economy is. It is in which products are manufactured and services are provided with a focus on the reuse of materials and a reliance on renewable resources for the benefit of our environment. Okay. And here are the strategies that are actually provided. For example, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, which are primarily carbon dioxide and other obnoxious gases, and moving towards a low carbon energy asset to address climate change. So companies now are more conscious of the emissions they pull out to the atmosphere, and many of them have already installed scrubbers and many ways in order to purify the gases that they emit. And there is a growing and innovative business solution, for example, to support a circular economy and ensure operation efficiency to avoid or minimize use of extensive resources and eliminate massive generation of waste. And many companies now have adopted what they call green practices. Green practices involves atomic efficiency, meaning what are the reactants they use in their chemical synthesis would produce the maximum number of products, trying to eliminate harmful or toxic derivatives in the process. And that way, they try to eliminate the massive production of waste and at the same time, maximize their production. And the third, minimizing negative environmental impacts and ensure the highest of environmental management. And even governments, national and local governments, have moved into stricter laws and regulation regarding environmental practices that possibly would harm any other living species. The second one is embedding responsible business practices that are sustainable. So sustainability should be the key pillar of the business strategy that underpins value creation. And the one that should be taken into account in terms of strategy would be maintaining an effective governance and decision-making strategy wherein the management leads the sustainability activities. It should have executive support coming from management. And then fostering an culture and conducting business with integrity, ensuring compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. I cannot underscore that better. And ensuring effective identification of material risk and putting in place effective and appropriate risk management and internal control. And the third one is empowering people and communities by engaging into strategically with an expanded list of value chain stakeholders. We have to understand that companies are made up of people, and they are the people who would do sustainable practices. So, some strategies are creating a value based and performance led culture, providing an engaging employment experience where people can grow and excel. And of course, this involves continuous development of people with main emphasis on sustainable practices. Then second, contributing through engagement and partnerships and investing in initiatives that make long lasting impacts. And of course, this is where social responsibility comes in, spreading the wealth, the profit of an organization improve the lives of the people in a community that they serve. The last is very important. Health and safety an integral part of everyday business and culture. And this can never be underscored, particularly at this time of the pandemic. But according to Giulio Bonazzi, actually sustainability is not a goal to be reached, but a way of thinking, a way of being, a principle that we must be guided. In conclusion, I'd like to say success indicators and assessed today are not based on their profitability and growth alone, but how they make a positive contribution to society and the environment. This requires transformation that includes a change of culture, a radical rethinking of people, processes, and technologies. Companies should be able to build new business models that connect a network of partners together in an end-to-end value chain to make life better, not only for themselves, but for customers, and also at the same time to protect our environment. As individuals, entrepreneurs, and innovators, we have a moral and social obligation to protect our common home, Mother Earth, where we live. If we don't, will. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to end there. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Naomi. Can you still hear my voice? Hello?
Yes, very clearly.
Yes. So, yes,
Yes,
thank you.
I can hear you.
Thank you. So, participants, Dr. Naomi just finished her presentation. If you have any question, we will start our question and answer session. So, you can ask directly through Zoom, or you can ask through chat room in Zoom application. So yes, before we start our question and answer session, I do need to remind the participants Dr. Naomi came from Notre Dame of Marble University in Coronadal City, South Cotabato, Philippines. It is 1 hour difference with Jakarta time. And for you who wondering where is Coronadal City, it is about I think 3 or 4 hours from Davao City. I think it is in Mindanao Island, if I'm not wrong, Dr. Naomi.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So participant, if you have any question. So we still waiting a question from participant right now. I when I see your presentation, Dr. Naomi, you say that well, we are being affected by change of weather. I know that the Philippines have a lot of typhoon and storm. I remember one of the biggest storm, I think, is Mangkut storm. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think my internet connection is unstable right now. ICT team, can you help me in my laptop? Yeah, yes, Dr. Naomi, can you confirm my audio? Because I think we lost our internet connection.
Actually, I can hear you very clearly.
So,
Can you hear me?
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So it seems I lost my video connection, but our audio connection still got through. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I can hear you also.
Yes, thank you. So I remember the Mangkut typhoon, and there is a lot of typhoon and tropical storm in Philippines, and uh, I believe it is one of our major concern during COVID session. We are entering the October session right now in Indonesia. There will be a lot of rain, starting to have a rainy session. So it is one of our concern. And also, I'm also noticed about the new technology that in your slide saying that there's a development of the new technology in the market, such as robotics, virtual reality, 3D printing, artificial intelligence, and digital currency, quantum computing, and IoT. And I believe it is already on the market right now. We are dealing with the technology, the product right now, uh, right here. For example, that 3D printing is used to produce ventilator for the COVID patient, and we all almost well, like in my home, I have IoT right now that controlling the bulb, the light, the lightning in my house right now. So again, question from participant, please.
I'd like to share with you our experience here in the Philippines regarding, the challenges that we need to face in addition to what I already mentioned in the previous slide. The Philippines is visited by typhoon on an average 20 times a year. And the government and even local communities have built resiliency measures that we find very innovative to ensure that communities nowadays are better prepared for um, typhoon that can be devastating. By the way, it's not only typhoon. We happen to also be in the earthquake belt because of the ring of fire. So there are many volcanoes along the way. So on a regular basis, Mindanao is often visited by earthquakes as well, not only typhoon. If you're free from typhoon, you get the earthquakes. Okay, so technology had been very useful in helping all of us. For example, our early warning device had made possible the preparation of evacuation of many of the people that will be affected by these natural calamities. And this is where technological innovation goes hand in hand with helping the community to be more resilient in relation to responding to a natural calamity.
Yes. Yes, thank you for sharing with us, Dr. Nomi. I believe one of the key for disaster is safety management and preparation, mitigation of the disaster. And as you said that Philippines have a lot of storm and typhoon in a year. I think more than Indonesia, what we have. We almost have no typhoon actually, but we have a lot of earthquake.
We have both. And of course, we are also affected by um, the southern oscillation, the El Nino and La Nina effect. So drought can come in, or we would have heavy downpour in another year. So uh, while the Philippines is very rich in natural resources, being an archipelago, both marine and land life, we are also prone to natural disasters. So we are quite conscious about the preparation and the medication, particularly those affected by typhoons. There are certain areas also in the Philippines that are affected by this. Palawan, for instance, is not normally visited by an earthquake, but it can be hit by a typhoon.
Yes, yes, thank you, Dr. Naomi. It seems we have a continuous problem on the video, but I can hear your voice clearly. I hope it's the same thing with the other participants. We have a problem with the hotel internet connection. So your video is freeze, but your audio is crystal clear. So again,
I can you. I can see you in the video, although the mic is missing. I can see everybody. I can hear your voice very clearly. And I think that would be the same for the other participants because I can see their video as well.
okay, that's good. So because everything is freeze in my laptop right now. So we have one question. We still have. I still have an access to the chat room. There is a question from Mr. Priyotomo, one of the participants. The question is, in the pandemic era, what is the role of technology in Philippines? Did you
Oh,
get the
that's a
question?
very good
Yeah,
question.
thank you.
Yeah, I saw the question in the chat room. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Number one is in terms of contact tracing, I guess you're doing that in Indonesia as well. Contact tracing uses technology to a very great extent. For example, very concrete example is when you go anywhere public here in Coronadal City, you need to bring your ID, okay, with a QR code, and you need to swipe it at the entrance of the building where you're coming in. That way, they automatically have a record of where you went, at what time did you arrive, just in case they would have any suspected um, person who is infected with COVID-19, they immediately send text message, SMS, to the persons who were around that particular building at that particular time frame. So that's technology being used. Of course, just like Indonesia, as in my class in MT111, they shared about online businesses. Online businesses is thriving here in the Philippines as well to cope with quarantine measures that we have to impose as well. So more and more people are buying goods, food, for example, online without technology that would be very difficult for homebound families who cannot go out because they have babies, for instance, or old people sharing the home with them. So those are very important technology that we have already used here in the Philippines. Of course, in terms of updates, there are often regular updates that comes in through our mobile phones regarding cases of COVID-19 that is in our locality and also at the national level, so that we are all aware of what is happening. So given to us or offered to us, it's an offered technology to us that we do not actually have to ask for.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Naomi. So, uh, yeah, from your explanation is using a QR code, yeah, to do a tracking and identification is the way that the government of Coronado City do in Philippines. So actually in Indonesia, well, I don't think we use QR code, but right now one of the problem during COVID-19 is the tracking of the COVID-19 suspect or a patient. So we still have problem in tracking. The government is launching an application using a Bluetooth technology to identify the position, but I don't think it is success to do the tracking. So we still have a lot of increase daily of number of suspect of COVID-19 disease. Uh, yes, and we also have another question from also from Mr. Priyotomo. So, what kind of research topic that trending up currently in pandemic era in the world and in the Philippines specifically? And how can university in Indonesia collaborate with your university or other university in Philippines?
Okay, thank you for that particular question because Dr. Sari and I was telling her that, okay, let's collaborate on research after this ICEBE conference because you're still busy. But anyway, talking about a topic of research, at the moment here in the Philippines, or probably it's also the same in Indonesia, we lack the data on how people are definitely impacted by COVID-19, particularly the vulnerable groups. When I say vulnerable groups, these are the uh, we call here in the Philippines senior citizen. I'm not so sure what you call them in Indonesia. People who are retired, those who are 60 years old and above. And then those who have disability, we would like to look also into how the pandemic is impacting the many ethnic groups that we have here in the Philippines. The Philippines is a relatively small country compared to Indonesia, but we have many, many ethnic groups in the country that because of being an archipelago, we really do not have data on how they are affected from this. We only rely on, the generalities that we commonly think about. How does the pandemic, for example, impact the other vulnerable groups that may not be counted in but are in the minority and will not be often responded to by the government? Because the government normally would respond in general to common good of the people. But we would like to look into this. We also lack the data, of course, about the pandemic itself. I think I'm not sure how your database is working in Indonesia, but here in the Philippines, while it is true that we have data on cases, number of deaths, number of recoveries, but how to link all this data at the local level so that local governments can actually utilize immediately the data to make the necessary response that is appropriate for that particular region. That's something that we need to look into. I'm not sure how this is done in Indonesia, but I have already talked to local leaders here, possible research topics that we would like to pursue in the future.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Nomi. So I believe Priyo also connected to Zoom. Pak Priyo, can you respond directly to Dr. Naomi? Hello,
Yeah, I
Pak
think,
Priyo.
thank you, Pak. Hi, Dr. Naomi. Prof. Naomi. Sorry. So yeah, I think what we are looking for is cross university or even comparative research that can improve our capability in dealing with the COVID-19, especially right now, right? I mean, understanding the current and also probably the post, preparing for the post COVID-19 on how we can improve our economic aspect. And I believe we are hoping that we can collaborate more with you in the future.
Definitely, definitely. We're planning with Dr. Jovi Reyes, the Graduate School Dean of Notre Dame of Marble University, and we're looking into that. In fact, we're already thinking about how this pandemic is impacting learning among our, students, not only in the university, but also those at the basic education level. So I guess this is something that we can possibly explore in the future so that it can be a form of a comparative study, just like I've suggested.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Naomi.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Naomi.
Thank you
Thank you,
also.
Pak Priyo. Yes, we have one more question from Mr. Abdul. I see you raise your hand. Mr. Abdul? Mr. Abdul, are you there? Because I see you're raising your hand. We don't have any response from Mr. Abdul. So yes, do we have another question? Yes, I have. Okay, so the committee did ask me to end the session, Dr. Naomi. So it is
Yes, thank you
very
very
honor for us to be with you this morning.
The honor is
We would
actually
like to
mine.
thank you. Yeah, yeah. We would like to thank you very much to say thank you very much for your participation, and for participant. Thank you very much to join with us today in ICB, the third conference with Dr. Naomi B. Silva. Let's give applause, big applause to Dr. Naomi. And I will return my time and place to the MC. So I believe we're going to have a photo session using Zoom. So please, Suri, time is yours. Thank you.
Well, thank you for our speaker today, Professor Numi Basko Silva, PhD, and our moderator, Mr. Muji Rahmat Ramlan. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have photo session together with the participant that joined by Zoom and also the participant here.
Okay, and we invite to
All the participants to come in front to have the photo session together. For the participant who joined by Zoom, could you please turn on your video?
Okay, we invite all participants to come in front.
Please, for the participant who joined by Zoom, could you please turn on your video because we are going to have photo session together with the participant who do offline. Once again, we are still waiting for the participant who joined by Zoom to activate your video. Well, could you please look at the camera? And one more.
Sorry, Economy, we're still doing a photo session right now.
For FEB Jaya, Universitas Multimedia Nusantara Jaya. Well, thank you very much. Could you please go see the camera over there? Yes. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after this, we will do the symbolically give souvenirs to our speakers today. Professor Numi Basko Silva, PhD, that will be given by Dr. Priya Utomo, ST, MPC. You are pleased.
Thank you, Prof. Naomi, for the contribution on this conference. Thank you.
Could you please wait a second, Dr. Priya? Well, thank you very much for Dr. Priya.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable audience, the next agenda is coaching clinic that will be presented by Dr. we still wait for the connection with the Dr. Darmawan.
Dr. Darmawan, can you hear us?
Okay. Hello. Is my
Hello,
voice
Dr.
clear?
Darmawan. Yes, time is yours.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good afternoon, everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. I would like to share first. Is the slide is clear? Could be seen the slide?
Yes, Pak.
Okay, thank you. Okay, today I would like to share about how to prepare your manuscript in order to be published in the conference proceeding and the journals through this conference. So this is only about the sharing about the kind of guidelines that we have pay attention as a author and also organizer of this conference. So before I start, let me introduce my name, Darmawan Napitupulu. This is my brief profile. I work at Indonesian Institute of Sciences, we know as LIPI. I also as lecturer at Universitas Budi Luhur Jakarta, and I'm also a reviewer at some many international journals, the Scopus Index, Web of Science, for Q1 or Q2 journals. I'm also acting as an editor, one of editorial board in journal, international journal, and as publication chairs at, for some conference published by IOP, EAI, Cypress, etc. Okay, this is my email and my mobile phone that you can contact me if you have any inquiry or or question about the publication. The first slide I would share about the workflow of the articles. There are about 6 steps, as we know, that we have to pay attention in order to prepare your manuscript, the all manuscript of this conference to be published in the publisher. The first step, the author, I think you have already submit your articles to the organizer system, ICEBE, through the conference management system called EasyChair, right? So the EasyChair is a good tool to handle the submission process and also review process, so the organizer can collect the review process result from this tool. Okay, and the next, the organizer will submit the articles, all articles that has been reviewed to the publisher system. So they have also a kind of conference management system by themselves called EAI config. Because we will publish this article to the EAI publisher. Okay, the second step, the organizer, both of organizer and the publisher, will make sure the similarity of the articles. This is according to the, the plagiarism issue that we have to pay attention because this is very important. Since the publisher have a maximum threshold that the similarity index is not more than 20%. Maximum 20%. So the organizer and the publisher will check again the similarity index of each article before it will be published. So this is the very important things. Besides the other things such as template, yeah, template. I will open this template. Okay, this is seen. This could be seen by audience. It's clear. This is clear. Hello.
Yes,
I
Pak.
think it's yes. Okay. This is the template from the publisher. Yes, provided by the publisher, that the author should follow this template in writing their articles, yeah, precisely. Yeah. So I don't want to talk a lot about these templates, yeah, because I think you have already used this template. Yeah. But the important thing I would like to say, the information beside the content, I mean, the content I think has been reviewed by the organizer. I would prefer to remind the information, the other information. This also important. That is a metadata of the articles. Metadata is including the title of the articles. Yes, the title should be clear, precisely, short, and then the other information is the author name. The author name is also including the first name and the middle name and also the family name, the surname. So the complete name of your identity. And other metadata is email address. Sometimes the authors forget to include the email address. I suggest that the email address you should use the institution prefer, yeah, to institution or university address, yeah, email address. And the affiliation, you should provide this information precisely, especially better in written in Indonesian language, yeah. Abstract, yeah, very important. The abstract should provide clear, shortly precise, about 200 and 250 words. And the last thing is a keyword. Yeah, this is the metadata you should provide. The organizer should have to make sure the metadata is correct. Back to the slide. And the last reference style, yeah, I want to remind that the reference style or the citation should be correctly written. I suggest you should use reference manager software such as Mendeley, Zotero, EndNote, and etc. Yeah. The third step, after the similarity template and so on is okay, the publisher will decide whether the paper is accepted or rejected. So the publishers will do the review about, especially about the similarity template and the reference style. So and then the acceptance article will be changed. Yeah, the final article will be changed into the PDF file after file type setting, and the article finally published by the publisher. Yeah. So normally this step require about maybe 1 or 2 months. But if there is no rejection, according to the articles, according to the similarity template and the reference style, I hope you understand. So normally, I hope the organizer should make a preparation well to make sure the criteria of the publisher met. And the last, the publisher will submit the article for indexing process to major indexers such as Scopus, Web of Science, etc. So there is an evaluation from the indexer such as Scopus that they decide to index or not to index the proceedings, right? Okay, I will continue. So this is the I would like to inform what the organizer do and don't related to the conference, but I don't want to discuss one by one. But the important thing, the organizer should give right information to the author, right? Especially according to the indexing process, because the indexing process is not the authority of organizer or authority of publisher. This is the authority of indexers such as Scopus, right? Okay, that is the important thing. What authors do and done? Okay, so the first, of course, make sure that the paper follow the template, conference, similarity, and the reference style, as I said, explained before. Yeah, and then the authors must present at the conference, and you have to revise your article after conference if it is needed. Pay your conference to the your proceeding or journal fee, because if you want to publish in journal, we have to select only the selected papers. I mean, will be extended to the journals. So there is usually additional fee that you have to pay. And then wait for your articles to be published in publisher. Maybe normally 1 to 2 months if there is no rejection or no revision from publisher. And the 6 and 7.7 is also important. Don't ask publisher when your article to be published, because usually authors don't have a connection to the publisher. The one that have connection is only the organizer. So the organizer will contact the publisher and ask when your article to be published. So the author should contact the organizer. Don't ask publisher why your article has not been indexed yet in Scopus, yeah, because indexing and Scopus, I said again, is not authority of the publisher, is not authority of the organizer, but the authority of the indexer. as a third party. Right. So this is the important thing. And the last, the publisher also have a task that they have to check again the template and the similarity from the organizer. Make sure all the published article can freely access because this is an open access proceeding or publisher. Submit to a major indexing, Scopus, Web of Science, etc. BBLP. And then the last maybe I remind again that the publisher, I think almost all, never promised all article in proceeding will be indexed in major indexing because I said again, the indexing are out of control the publisher. Thank you very much for your attention. This is my presentation. I
Will,
I
thank
think
you
it's finished. Thank you.
to Dr. Damawan for your time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to the main agenda for today, that is panel session. We have four panel sessions today that we will start now and will finally the end at 4:15 p.m. And we will gather back again in this room for the closing ceremony. But before the closing ceremony, there will be an announcement of the best paper. So for all the participants here and also the participants who joined by Zoom, please stay until the end and please come to the first link after the panel session ends.
And ladies and gentlemen, the panel station is divided to three different rooms: Wai Halim Room, Tanjung Karang Room, and Teluk Betung Room. And please check based on your respective schedule and research track. And if you need something, please ask the committee.
Well, one more, we announced that this conference is held by doing the protocol health COVID-19. So for all the participants, please keep using your mask or face shield and then do the physical distancing during the event. Thank you. Well, thank you everyone. Good luck on your presentation and see you at closing ceremony. Wassalamualaikum
Wassalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh. Okay, we have announcement for the participant who join the Zoom.
That could you please fulfill the attendance list that is shared in the text on the Zoom. So before we come and we start the panel session,